Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. It's wicked hot here today. I'm in my office trying to get some, hold on one second. It was like something, I think it was a spider web. Goodness gracious, sorry. I just kept seeing something like floating around. I'm trying to get back doing more cards for you guys, so I apologize that you haven't seen me, but beginning of the month is busy with the astrology and the Kabbalah and my classes, and so hopefully you will enjoy this. So I'm looking at Pat Cipollone, Pasquale Anthony Cipollone, from the Bronx, born May 6, 1966. 66 is the year of the fire horse. People born in 66 are often quite a handful. 1966 was also a 22 vibration year. So you're coming in as a person who is coming in on a year of that's connected to Uranus. So you guys born 66 or any year that adds up to the 22, you are changers. You are changers. You are transformers in a way. But after Cassidy Hutchinson's testimony, questioning, the January 6th committee sent him a subpoena. So we will see if he will answer that subpoena and come speak to them. His position in the White House is to protect the presidency. I think it was the same. I think that's what Don McGowan, was that his name? This guy is a member of the Federalist Society, as are most of the Republican lawyers associated with the Republican Party. And of course, the Federalist Society is the group that has packed the courts using dirty money. By the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. But I watch Sheldon Whitehouse on TV. I mean, it's pretty obvious, don't you think? All right, so let's see what happens with Cipollone. Let's see what's in the future for him. Will he testify? Will Cipollone testify? We have in the immediate future, in the immediate environment, we have the magician. So the magician has the power and the concentration and everything that they need. It could also indicate that he is being manipulated, but let's see. Generally, the magician is about somebody who does what they want to do. They focus on what it is they want. They concentrate their energy. They take all their talents and abilities and they move in that direction. That's the magician. It's like a single-mindedness. It's connected with Mercury in the Tree of Life. And what's crossing it is the Queen of Discs. So this to me is a woman in power with the hands on the pocketbook. My first thought when I pulled this was Ginny Thomas. Now, Ginny Thomas, I believe, is a Pisces. I believe she's a Pisces. That is the energy. And this Queen of Discs comes up a lot around this. There seems to be some female on the side of the Republicans that holds the purse strings in some way. Now, of course, in fact, I can't remember who I was watching. I might have been watching Marianne or Lena, or it was somebody, and the Queen of discs came up. And my first thought when I saw that card was Mercer. I think it might have been Marianne. Mercer, right? I can't think of her first name. Rebecca. But I don't know if this is Rebecca Mercer or if this is Ginny Thomas or people connected to Ginny Thomas. Because it's obvious to me that what's going on in the Supreme Court and the Federalist Society is all connected to this. All connected to this. Let's see what's underneath it all. Strength. So this is the Nine of Wands. This is somebody who's standing strong, holding the boundaries, still in the fight. It doesn't necessarily mean that he won't do it. It just means that he's standing strong within his convictions, but we don't know what his convictions are. So let's see. We have in the past, we have the Seven of Wands. He's had past victories. He feels like he's been victorious in the past. I did look at his numerology and his astrology, although we do not have an accurate birth time, and his Kabbalah. And I think I will do one on him for you guys because he had some very interesting numbers, and we do have his full name, and we have at least a birthday that we can work with, even if we don't have an accurate chart. Between a noon chart on the day that he was born, where he was born, and the numerology, we should be able to figure some things out. In the sky, we have the Emperor. We have the Emperor. So this, I think, is Trump. In this case, this is Trump. He's putting a lot of pressure. This Emperor card is especially apt because it's so orangey red, right? When you see this card, you think of, oh, somebody's pissed off, right? This is Aries. It's an Aries card. And so he is under a lot of pressure from the Emperor. Let's see what's in the immediate future. We have the Power card. The Power card. So to me, this seems like he's protected by the moneyed interests in some way. That's what it looks like to me. But let's continue because it's not the whole story yet. How it's seen from the outside, how are we seeing this? We're seeing this as a test of the Constitution. This is the Hierophant. And that's what this is. This is really a test of the Constitution. Now, what's interesting is that the Constitution and the chart for the Constitution and the chart for the United States is not the same chart, because the United States Sibley chart, or the one that most people talk about when it comes to July 4th, is July 4th, 1776. The Constitution was adopted, I think, after the Constitutional Congress, and I believe that was 1787, but I could be wrong about that. When I do the astrology, I'll take a look at the Constitution chart as well, just so I can show it to you. I don't know it off the top of my head. His domestic situation, wealth. There's a lot of money. He's being offered a lot of money. Hopes and fears. Yeah, he's concerned. He's concerned about oppression, whether it's oppression because he gets put in jail, or oppression, he feels oppressed from Trump and whoever's holding the purse strings here. Let's see what the outcome says. We have the Princess of Discs. Now, Princess of Discs. Cassidy was, well, we don't know what Cassidy is, right? We don't know when her birthday is. I got a birthday on her. I had one of my students look it up, and they got a birthday. I don't know where they got it from because I didn't do it myself, and I've been looking and I haven't been able to find it. So I'm not sure of her sign, but as soon as I picked this up, I felt like this was Cassidy. So we have that, and it is a star. It's a small like chip here. There's a small chip. Let's see what else we get. We have the Four of Cups, and this is luxury in this. Again, more of this like riches coming. And we have death, transformation, and I'll pick one more. The Knight of Discs. Underneath it all, we have the truth. I mean, a truce. Sorry, the truth, maybe. The Knight of Cups, and then the Knight of Wands. Let's see now. I'm going to, I feel like, I'll just tell you what my first thought was. My first thought was, I think there's a part of him that wants to, but I don't know if he has the fortitude to do it. But what he may do is he may give a little bit of something. Like he'll give them something, but he won't give them everything. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's a statement. I don't know. I don't even know if that's something that they can do. Maybe he'll plead the fifth. Maybe he'll plead the fifth. This is not being very hopeful, is it? We do have underneath it a truce with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. They could come to some agreement. He could come to some, I think, okay, so what I feel like this is he is willing to say something as long as they guarantee his safety. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it feels like to me. And, you know, the guy's from the Bronx, so he knows the story, Morning Glory. He knows the bottom line here. I mean, when you're dealing with criminals, they're going to do criminal things. Is he afraid of his death? And of course, we had the death card there, which somehow I think got back in this deck. We'll see, I guess. Is he afraid of the Trump people, vengeance from the Trump people? Is he afraid? We have the Queen of Wands. I'm not sure yet. That's not telling me. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. Ugh. Is he afraid for his life? Is he afraid for his life? His wife is afraid. Somebody in his family is afraid. Luxury. I did put the cards back in. Oh, well. The Star. Queen of Cups, and the Universe. I think his family might be more concerned than he is. Not that he's not concerned for his family, but he may have some sense that, you know, he would never go that far or something like that. But of course he would. And he's not going to dirty his hands. He's going to get somebody else to do it. That's the way it works. All right. So I guess what I see in that is that he will have to testify in some way. But they may not get all the information that they want. Maybe he pleads the fifth. But he still gives them a little bit. And there's a lot of money being thrown in his direction. And it could be for his legal funds. All right, let me pull, let me pull an oracle card for him. Maybe, if I can find my oracle cards. Oh. All right, I will pull. I gotta find them. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the Mystical Shaman Oracle cards. Let's pick some of those and see what we get from there. The Mystical Shaman, 38. Let's see what it says. What does the Mystical Shaman say? the whole deck's named after him, so it must be an important card. I don't think I've ever gotten it, actually. The mystical shaman. This is a symbol of the myth maker, the storyteller, who is neither made nor identified by the story. Instead, he observes, evolves through it, perceives it in all aspects of it. In doing so, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. He dances between the worlds, wearing a cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders. He sings the world into being. He reminds us to be in the world, to be in the world and travel through it, but not to be defined by it or become too attached to the experience. This is a symbol of true alchemy, for all elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. It's interesting because this sounds like it's the magician, right? The same card, which was the first card that came up. It says, when the mystical shaman appears, you are invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create a dream. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up till now? Do you not have to live in a story that has its roots in the... You do not have to live in a story that has its roots in the past. Wow. If it were, there is no need to explain to you, to anyone, not even to yourself. The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting life beyond your wildest dreams. And this is the medicine. So let's see what the medicine says. I've never gotten this card, so I find this very interesting. Be careful what you pray for. The mystical shaman cautions you against relentless attachment to certain forms you think will make you happy, prosperous, famous, loved, etc. However, in seeing your dreams come into being, had you considered what you were willing to sacrifice for it? Oh. Perhaps you have been telling yourself a certain story for so long, the story that only when you reach this particular goal, you will be happy. You will have arrived. You didn't even notice that you are no longer the person who wanted those outcomes. You may have moved beyond those stories. Perhaps it's time to admit to yourself that you need to imagine a new story. So what I would say is that these cards definitely, if he came to me and wanted to know what the card said about this situation, which of course he never would, but if he did, I would say that he needs to let go of the past, maybe give up the past, right? Give it up as in saying what happened in the past. And be willing to move into the future with a new vision. That would be my suggestion to him. Cut bait and stop fishing in this polluted pond that is Trump. Yeah. Whether he does that or not, I still don't know if it's known. I know it sounds a little like a cop-out, but I'm not sure that the cards answered it for me. So if you have a different idea about those cards, comment, please. All right, well, I don't know. Well, if he does, they have a subpoena to interview him. He is under oath. I guess he could lie to Congress if he wanted to. And then it would be up to the DOJ to go after him. Okay, let me ask this question. Will the DOJ pursue have to pursue a conviction, or have to pursue him for whatever, not doing the subpoena? Does the DOJ have to step in before he'll talk? Let's do that. He might want some guarantees. I don't really know how that works because I'm not a lawyer, nor would I ever want to be. God bless you, lawyers out there. It just makes my head hurt. All right. We have the 3 of coins. I'll just pick 3. The 6 of coins, all money. Everything's money here. And the King of Swords. I do think that the DOJ might have to get involved. Now, I don't know how that works or that's even possible. So I'm just saying what I think from a very uneducated perspective on how this all works. So, all right, well, I don't know if that made anybody feel better, but it just made me hotter because it's super hot here. Excuse me. Okay, well, we'll see what happens, right? Have yourself a wonderful day. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Namaste.